Me if this sounds familiar. You get off work, you load into a ranked game, and you look at their lineup, and they've got Carlos Beltran, Gil Hodges, they've got Carlos Santana, Scott Rowland. That's okay. You can win those games. You just got to have the right pitcher on the bump. Let's go through the top starting pitchers in MLB The Show 25 and rank them S through F. Let's go. All right, y'all, welcome back to another tier list. This time we are ranking the best starting pitchers in the game. I've got over 60 starting pitchers. Some of them we will dive deep into. Some of them are kind of self-explanatory. So let's go ahead and get started first with Al Leiter. Al Leiter is a really great card. I think he's probably going to end up low A tier. Let's take a look at him real quick. So Al Leiter, you get him by completing the Blue Jays Live Series collection, and he's one of the more underrated cards in the game, especially really good at higher difficulties when his velo plays up a little bit. He's got great break on all of his pitches, really good pitch mix, sinker, cutter, slider, curveball, changeup. Doesn't have that outlier fastball, but that's okay. His control leaves a little bit to be desired, but that break really makes up for it. He might end up sliding down to B tier as we go through this, but so far we're going to start him off at low A tier. Next up, let's talk Paul Skeens. Skeens is a good card for a live series card. He's got 89 hits per nine, got 99 velo, 99 break. His walks per nine, his control, it leaves a little bit to be desired. I feel like people have seen him a lot. I think I would probably go like high B tier right here for Paul Skeens. Let's talk Shohei Ohtani. Shohei honestly has the same kind of issues that these first two pitchers have, and that he lacks in control. Honestly, I have Shohei on my team, and I actually don't use him to pitch at all. I only use him to DH. He's got a good pitch mix. Fastball, four seam, cutter, splitter, sinker. So, but low stamina, very, very low walks per nine, 50 walks per nine. He is a great DH. As far as a pitcher goes, I would put him probably maybe below Leiter in A tier, honestly. That might be a hot take. I don't know. Let's look at this pipeline Noah Schultz. Schultz is actually not bad for a card that came out a while ago. He's free from Diamond Quest. He's got really good velo, not great break and control. His slider has pretty good break, but that's about it. But a pretty balanced card. Again, struggles with control a little bit, but balanced all around. His clutch is actually higher than his hits per nine, so that's nice. I feel pretty comfortable throwing Schultz right here with Skeens in B tier. Now, this standout Cliff Lee card, I don't know if you've seen it. This is probably my first F tier card. It's one of the more recent cards that came out, and it is not very good. Cliff Lee, he has 77 hits per nine, which means the PCI is just going to be insane. He does have sinker cutter and good control on his sinker cutter. Fastball circle change, the knuckle curve is really, not that great. His pitch clutch only goes up to 80. I mean, he's got really good control, but that's about it. I can't play with 77 hits per nine. And, assuming that most people are playing on Hall of Fame, some on All-Star online, these PCIs are going to be huge with Cliff Lee, so I'm not feeling that. All right, this Tyler Mahle card is actually not that bad. He has really high hits per nine. The problem is that he's got a fastball that goes 93 and then three other pitches that go 84 and two of them that break the same way. I mean, his cutter and his slider are essentially the same pitch, but the slider's a little bit loopier. I think we're going to throw him in D tier for now. I just don't love that pitch mix. And Hunter Brown kind of suffers from the same issue. He's got two-seam fastball, four-seam fastball, circle change, slider. Not of great pitch mix. We'll go ahead and throw him there. Chris Bubich, though, I kind of like him. So Bubich has a fastball. This is a sweeper. I don't know why it says running fastball. Show DD, you need to update that. So he's got a fastball, sweeper, slider, circle change, and a sinker. Pretty good velo. The velo difference is not great. The hits per nine is pretty good, though. The control leaves a little bit to be desired. He's probably going to be our first C-tier pitcher. Somebody that I would probably hop into rank just to have fun with, but not like weekend classic. Kerry Wood also is going to fall in that C tier for me. Just doesn't have a great pitch mix in my mind, combined with really low control. So the next one here, Michael Wacha. This is interesting for me because at first glance, I was not a big Michael Wacha fan. Sebrev hyped him up in the reveal stream, and so I ranked him D on my tier list for Color Storm. I've used him a little bit. I'm still not crazy about the fact that he tops out at like 94, 95 miles an hour. However, if you're playing on Hall of Fame or higher, that can work out. He does have a little bit of a funky delivery, and as you can see, his control is pretty great. 84 control on his sinker, 86 on the slider, 90 on the cutter, 95 on the circle change, and 99 on the fastball. So he dots, and he's got great velocity differentials here. So his cutter goes 88, his slider goes 85, his circle change goes 81, and then his sinker and fastball both go 94. So they look the same until, you know, the sinker breaks inside and it breaks your bat. So honestly, maybe I was a little bit low on Michael Wacha. We are going to throw him at, I'll put him right here on B tier, right above Paul Skeens. All right, this Jared Jones Color Storm card, pretty balanced card, doesn't really do anything great. His pitch mix isn't great. The 12-6 is not a great pitch in this, but he does have slider, sinker, circle change. So you love to see that. Pretty balanced overall. Like I said, his pitch clutch does go up. His control leaves a little bit to be desired. I feel pretty comfortable throwing him like high C tier here, right above old Bubic there. So a pretty good card, but doesn't really do anything spectacularly. And then this Egg Hunt Logan Webb card, I'm just not a huge fan of. He's pretty easy to read, but I mean, he's got pretty decent stats. I would put him like right above Kerry Wood here. Now, let's talk about our first S tier card. I mean, come on. For me, there's really no contest here. And to be fair, this card is free. I mean, you can grind the Jackie Robinson program, you can grind these storylines, and you can get all the cards you need to get John Donaldson. Great velo on the slider and fastball, and he does get outlier on both of them. He does have a lack of control on his pitches, but he is so disgusting. He has a 0 ERA for me online, and then that fork ball, just throwing that 82 mile an hour fork ball or that 80 mile an hour slurve after they're sitting on that slider, fastball, sinker all game, man, you can really make people look silly. John Donaldson, absolutely an S tier card. Goes on any squad. All right, next one up is one of my favorite pitchers. And honestly, now that I think about it, kind of shows a little contradiction with my commentary on Michael Wacha. Because Johnny Cueto don't throw the ball too fast either, but I love me some Johnny Cueto. He's got about a 3 ERA for me online this year. Fastball, slider, sinker, circle change, cutter. Great pitch mix. Free from the Roland and the Reds program. He's still in my God Squad rotation right now. Only 85 hits per 9, which isn't great. His pitch clutch is static, so, you know, he stays similar, you know, with runners on base or not. But he's got good velo and good break and great control. Puts the ball exactly where you want. I mean, the ball just breaks everywhere. Plus, he's got this weird little thing with his windup where he turns his back to you and then he pitches, and it makes it really hard to read the ball out of his hand. So I love me some Johnny Cueto. Now, if you got somebody who's just a freak on the PCIs, then he might dot you up. But I love Johnny Cueto. I'm gonna put him right here above Shohei. Bailey Ober, not a huge fan of. Probably slides in like right here above Hunter Brown on D tier. This Max Scherzer, I'm kind of a fan of. See, first of all, he's free from the new Threads program, so that's great. He's got decent velo, so he doesn't really have the velo that he used to have, but he's got a bit of a sneaky delivery, kind of hides the ball, kind of like Cueto does. So that's what I really like. Plus, he's got really good break on that circle change. It's a good out pitch, but overall, not a great pitcher. I would probably put him like right here, along with Bubic and Jared Jones. Jacob deGrom, I mean, there's not really a whole lot you can say about him. I think he's like high B tier. People kind of gas him up because, you know, it's deGrom. He gets outlier, but tons of people get outlier these days. deGrom, to me, has been seen a bunch, and he's just got a very basic pitch mix. Fastball, slider, circle change, slurve, two seam. I mean, his stats overall are okay. He's pretty well-rounded, but I mean, overall, high B tier is probably, honestly, this will show you how I'm growing as a person. I'll put him below Michael Wacha. Now, Walker Buehler, I thought was going to be really good, but he got shelled for me when I threw him online. I'm going to put him high D tier here. He just doesn't really compete that much anymore. Gaylord Perry for me is mid C tier. He's got a pretty decent fastball, decent pitch mix. His delivery's kind of funky, but overall his stats are not that great. Andrew Painter Pipeline, probably going to be our next F tier card. He's just got a very basic pitch mix. Fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. Doesn't really do anything special. Probably gets tatted up online. Nick Pivetta for me is actually pretty solid, but I would probably throw him up on C tier here and move Kerry Wood down to D tier. This Max Fried, not very good. Probably like right up here with Logan Webb. Now, let's talk a little bit about Jack Leiter. So Jack Leiter is one of the new starting pitchers we just got from Team Affinity 2. I rated him pretty highly in my Team Affinity 2 tier list. I've used him a little bit now. First up, his pitch mix, fastball, slider, circle change, sinker, curveball. Pretty good there. A little bit of an issue with velo difference. His slider and circle change are the same. His curveball doesn't go terribly slow, so it's not one of those like Eric Gagne's that's gonna make somebody whiff if they're sitting on something. His pitches do come out a little bit flat, but that being said, he's got pretty good stats. I just don't love that he doesn't have super high break on anything. I mean, I guess his slider has 89 break. Otherwise, his pitches do come out a little bit flat. I'm gonna throw him like right here. I think I would put him above, well, I'll put him above DeGrom for sure, but we'll keep Waka ahead of him. Satchel Paige, in my opinion, A tier, goes above Shohei Ohtani. Obviously, he's got a crazy pitch mix along with an outlier fastball. Outlier is enough to deal with a lot of people on All-Star and Hall of Fame, but even if it's not, I mean, his pitch mix is just crazy. If they were being accurate, they'd give him like 8 pitches, but he's got fastball, curveball, screwball, slider, sinker. So, if you could throw like a forkball on here, that would be dope. He also does have break outlier, so that's gonna go, keep his pitches moving throughout the game. So I've had pretty good success with Satchel Paige. I do think his delivery is a little bit easy to read, but past that, pretty good success. Hunter Green, in my opinion, like low C tier. We'll move Max Fried down to D tier, honestly. He throw ball hard, but that's about it. His pitch mix is not very good. I believe I pitched him 1 game online, and he's got a 10 ERA. Yes, he's got outliers, so that's nice. But he's got splitter, slider, slurve, and his slider and splitter go 88. His slurve goes 84. Just not a huge differential when it comes to velo. Decent break on the slider and slurve. Not very good control at all. 96 hits per 9 is good. 101 pitch clutch is good. I just think he's big man throw ball hard, and that's about it. CC Sabathia was a free card that we got very early on in the game. Theoretically should play really, really well, except he's got 73 hits per 9. So your opponent's PCI is going to be the size of the strike zone. So we really don't want to deal with that. Martin Dehigo, oh man, a World Series reward that they really screwed the pooch on. I mean, he's got a good pitch mix, so I'll put him like mid C tier, like above Nick Pivetta. I mean, the draw to Martin Dehigo, right, is that he can play every position. Awesome. He can play catcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop. We're only talking about him as a starting pitcher here. And the truth is, he's just mid at everything. He's not great at anything, including being a hitter. So they really screwed the pooch on this card. I mean, he does have fastball, sinker, slider, circle change, curveball, but 77 hits per 9. I mean, I dogged Cliff Lee for that earlier. I've got to drop him down. Martin Dehigo, I mean, I'll put him in D tier just because his pitch mix is a little bit better, but good Lord, they screwed that one up bad. This Tanner Houck card, I'm actually a pretty big fan of, but he's probably outclassed these days. I used him a lot early on. He doesn't throw a fastball, so that's interesting. This is a sweeper. Again, I don't know why it says running fastball, but he throws sweeper, sinker, splitter, cutter, and he's got crazy break on these 3 pitches, the sinker, the sweeper, and the splitter. Let's look at his stats. I mean, 80 hits per 9 is a little bit better than Cliff Lee and them. I'm a little bit biased. He does have 75 pitching clutch. I'm going to throw him just because his break is so crazy. He's going to be a low D tier guy for me. Now, next one up, Roger Clemens. We all know Roger is S tier. He's the best starting pitcher in the game right now. Let's just break it down real quick. The only 99 starting pitcher. Look at that fastball. 99 all across. His control is insane. 93 control on his splitter, 88 on his slider, 83 on his curveball, 81 on his sinker. His break is pretty crazy too. He's got 103 hits per nine, 110 pitching clutch, 99 velo, 99 break, 88 control, 90 walks per nine. I mean, he's insane. He also has really good fielding. You know, you get him up to P3, he's got 70 fielding. So he's going to stop a lot of those pitches up the middle. He does have outlier on his fastball. He's got pickoff artist. He's the man. There's really not much else you can say. He dots on pretty much every level. Hilton Smith, pretty decent pitch mix, but also like 70, I think 74 hits per nine. Really, really bad hits per nine. He goes into the F tier, unfortunately. Now, Matthew Liberatore. This is somebody I might be sleeping on. There's shout out to my boys in Discord. There's a guy in Discord who swears he's the best left-handed pitcher he has. Let's take a look. Slider, fastball, sinker, cutter, circle change. So great pitch mix. He does have great control all around. 81 control is his lowest, but then it hops up to 88 for his cutter, 95, 97, and 99 control. That's really good. Pretty good stamina, 86 hits per nine, 95 walks per nine. I mean, it looks like you're going to be giving up a lot of foul balls. Pretty low Ks per nine, so people are going to be able to foul it off a lot. And he does have 70 pitching clutch. So that is, you know, obviously, if he doesn't allow base runners, then great. But if he lets people get on, it's going to be tough to keep them from scoring. All that being said, I think he slots him maybe at like low B tier here. That control is really impressive. Being able to put pitches exactly where you want them is super, super important. Let's take a look at Merrill Kelly here. A spotlight card, good pitch mix, fastball, circle change, sinker, cutter, slider. Not great velo, tops out at 92. 98 hits per nine is pretty good though, and 91 pitch clutch. Just the control and the velo aren't really there. You know, he probably plays pretty decent. I would probably throw him right there with Liberatore at B tier. Probably pretty good. Chris Sale, one of the few live series cards. All right, he's supercharged right now up to a 92, but we are looking at his basic stats. Now, what makes Chris Sale great? He's a lefty and he has a crazy delivery. So just keep that in mind. But he does have 99 control on his slider. Only goes 79 these days. So really, it used to go a lot faster. He's got 95 velo. I'm looking, he's got break outlier, so that's nice. He's going to keep that great break on that slider and on that sinker. I mean, slider, fastball, circle change, sinker is a great pitch mix. Unfortunately, he's kind of just been pushed out of the meta. I mean, the 73 hits per nine, 84 pitch clutch is nice, but he's gonna have to go down probably like high F tier these days. Actually, you know what? We'll move Hilton Smith down, and Chris Sale's delivery is kind of funky and it throws people off. So we'll give him credit for that. All right, looking at this BR reward, Andy Pettit, a card that I really haven't used very much of, mainly because he's a jack of all trades, master of none, right? He's got 80 hits per nine, 92 walks per nine is pretty good. 72 Ks per nine is not great. You're going to give up a lot of foul balls. He's just not a great pitcher all around. Probably solid, but nothing much more than that. Squarely here, like low C tier here for me. Roki Sasaki, though, on the other hand, I think is still pretty good. Now, let's look at his stats because he might have been pushed out of the meta. His stuff is there. One of the first cards that I P5'd this year. So the stuff is there, but has he been kind of pushed out of the meta? He's got sinker, splitter, slider, fastball. He does have outlier on his sinker. 88 hits per nine is still good. 90 pitching clutch. Yo, this card is actually still really, really good. Roki Sasaki, I'm going to throw him, let's go ahead. I'm going to throw him up here in A tier. Like, I like him better than DeGrom, and we'll move Merrill Kelly down to C tier, and let's go ahead and do, sorry, Chris Sale. We got to balance this out a little bit, like high D tier there. Yeah, I think that's starting to look good. Jordan Zimmerman is definitely going to go into A tier for me. He has one big problem for me, which is that he gives up tons of foul balls, doesn't really strike people out a lot. But he is the card that you get from completing the NL East Live Series collection. Fastball, slider, circle change, 12-6 sinker. The 12-6 is slow enough where you can probably catch some people whiffing, even though curveballs are not great in this game. He does have breakout leer, so he's going to maintain that awesome break, especially on that slider throughout the game. He does not have regular outlier, but he's got fine velo, 95 miles per hour on his fastball, 94 on his sinker. I wish it broke just a little bit more. That circle change, though, is nice, 87 miles an hour, fast enough to look like a sinker, slow enough to be slower than the fastball and throw him off. But that 65 Ks per nine really holds him back. Like I said, people will foul it off. 101 hits per nine, 91 pitching clutch. Really, really good player. Honestly, he definitely goes. I would probably put him right here. Like, honestly, probably at the top of A tier right now. Yeah, maybe Cueto right there. And yeah, I think this is looking good so far. Now, let's talk Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson, out of the 5th chase pack, they dropped him on us early this year with an Astros version, 91 overall. He's got outlier, he's got breakout leer, he's got the classic stuff, fastball, slider, splitter, slurve, two-seam. His slider is insane with 99 break. Now, his control is not very good. He's got 95 hits per nine, 65 walks per nine is tough. Pitching clutch, just about the same as his hits per nine, so no issues there. Man, here's the thing. If you can hit your spots consistently with Randy, he's definitely S tier. However, I consider myself a decent pitcher, and I do miss some spots with him sometimes because his control is so low. I want to put him borderline A tier, but because I know I'm not the only player in the world, he's going to be like low S tier, but it almost feels like, you remember when Corbin Burns was just the most dominant pitcher in the game for a few years, and then everybody got used to facing him, and so he kind of got phased out? That's how it kind of feels with Randy. Everybody uses Randy, but I mean, he's not horrible for me. He's got like a 4 or 5 ERA for me online, which is like 4th or 5th best on my team, but seems like Randy would be a little bit better. I am so close to dropping him down to A tier. Logan Gilbert, a decent live series pitcher. He's got a nice 5-pitch mix. He throws with good velo. He's got breakout leer, high hits per nine. I think he's kind of overlooked. Pretty good control. The problem is that his pitch clutch is really bad. But, you know, I mean, if you can start and get through 4, 5, 6 innings with him without getting into trouble, he can probably do a little bit of damage for you. You know, Logan Gilbert, I think, is honestly probably better than these cards here. Yeah, we'll go like low C tier for him. And hey, speak of the devil, let's look at this Corbin Burns from the new Threads series this year. Like I said before, Corbin Burns used to be the meta pitcher, right? And then everybody got used to facing him because everybody threw him. His sinker doesn't break as much as some other cards do. His cutter is disgusting. Only 81 hits per nine kind of holds him back a little bit. But overall, still a pretty solid card. I just think he suffers from overexposure. I would throw him like high C tier here. But let's talk Dustin May. Dustin May, it really feels like either you smash him or you get crushed by him. I'm of the opinion that once you get used to his weird sidearm release angle, that he's a little bit easier to hit, but he's definitely tough to hit. Sinker, cutter, sweeper, 4-seam circle change. Still don't know why that says running fastball. They probably pull it just straight out of the API or something. I don't know. Anyways, he does struggle a little bit with control, but it's not as bad as you would think, honestly. 88 walks per nine, 86 hits per nine, and then his Ks per nine are a little bit low. So, you know, I've gotten on people about that before, giving up foul balls, but he does throw disgusting stuff. So he's going to force strikeouts anyway. He does have outlier on his sinker. He got teed up for me a couple of times recently, but that being said, he still maintains right around a 5 ERA for me, which is pretty good in this game. I think he's going to slot in right here, A tier, right above Johnny Cueto. All right, these next 3 cards, Shane McClanahan, Shane Bieber, Jake Arrieta, they don't really do anything for me. If I miss something on them, if there's something I'm not seeing, let me know. But they are kind of like last resort. I need to pick a random pitcher out of a hat kind of guy. Now let's talk Bob Gibson. He was everybody's nightmare a year or two ago when his 99 was one of the first inning bosses back when they had the sets and seasons. But without Outlier, he's not really as good, in my opinion. He does have a funky pitch mix. A funky pitch delivery where he's like just kind of wild with it. So it kind of throws you off. But fastball, slider, sinker, curveball, changeup. He just hasn't been as good for me this year. 89 hits per nine, 80 walks per nine. On paper, I mean, pretty good card. Just hasn't played well for me. I don't know what it is. That being said, I mean, I can still slot him like above Schultz, like low B tier there. Vita Blue can have a pretty good card, but as of right now, this one right here is gonna slide like high D tier. Just not very great. Stephen Kolek and Mick Abel here, they both have like no velo differentials, 5 pitches that all go within like 5 miles an hour of each other. I would probably put Kolek probably goes down here in F tier for me, and Abel is probably like a mid D tier here. And honestly, I think the bias is just keeping Tanner Houck up there. We're going to go ahead and drop him down to F tier as well. Edward Cabrera, the former nightmare card for everybody. If you remember Future Stars Edward Cabrera, this ain't him. But still a decent card. His circle changes his primary. Got curveball, sinker, slider, and fastball. He really struggles with control. And his stuff is just not really enough to make up for it. He does have 90 hits per nine, but 58 walks per nine, 63 control. He is a decent, like, he throws 97 miles an hour. His changeup is 10 miles an hour slower. His sinker's 95. So he's decent, but he's like, his hits per nine is not high enough for me to justify rating him super high based on that walks per nine. I would put him like high C tier here, or mid C tier, like right around Nick Pavetta's range. So not bad, not bad. Now, World Series reward Pedro Martinez, the New York Mets baseball legend. See, this is tough for me because Pedro, one of my favorite players ever. I'm a Red Sox guy, right? He's the man. Fastball, circle change, slurve, slider, and cutter. I feel like the slurve is new for him this year. I might be wrong. He does have Outlier 1, has break Outlier. So it's a good card. On paper, Pedro should always play well. In game, he doesn't necessarily do as well as you would think, but he's still been pretty good for me. 91 hits per nine. His control is a little bit low, but 81 I can work with on that walks per nine, and 93 pitching clutch is really great. A really solid all-around card. His circle change is disgusting with 99 break. However, like I said, he does get hit around a little bit more than you would think. So I'm going to do something controversial here. I'm going to go ahead and throw him right here. I think him and May are kind of like on the same level in my mind. But also, I think Shohei drops down to B tier. I am just not a fan of Shohei as a pitcher. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Tarek Skubal here. You can see he's supercharged right now. I expect that the May Lightning player will either be Rafael Devers or Tarek Skubal. I'm not entirely sure. But Skubal's got a pretty decent live series card. Fastball, circle change, sinker, slider, knuckle curve. He's got breakout layer, which I love. Keeps his break going all game long. Unfortunately, he does throw kind of flat. As you can see, his break ratings are pretty low. 65, 71, 63, 59, 58. So not great there. His hits per nine is 79. Definitely an early game demon who can still do decent because of his control. So I will throw him like right here below Hunter Green there. A decent card. Luis Gil here. Pretty good card. Problem is the same thing that a lot of these cards have. He has no control whatsoever. His walks per nine is 59. No good. 70 control. His highest control on any pitch is 76 on his fastball. And look, if you're playing on Hall of Fame or higher, this is going to get you, you're going to give up home runs. It just is what it is. So Luis Gil, for me, right here, little below Jared Jones, honestly. Mike Mussina, definitely outclassed at this point. I'd throw him down in D tier. Fernando Valenzuela. This is a card that's so funny because I feel like I can start him and almost throw a perfect game, or I can start him and give up 10 runs in the first. People either know how to hit him or they don't. He's got screwball, fastball, curveball, circle change. And what makes him really great is his break and his velo differential. His fastball goes 92, his screwball goes 81, his curveball goes 77, and his circle change drops all the way down to 71 with a 96 break on it. The ball goes everywhere. His control is okay for a junk pitcher like he is. He definitely has good control for his screwball, which is really, really nice. Just definitely try not to hang that circle change or that curveball for sure. I would stick to throwing these three pitches mainly, the curveball just to kind of catch somebody off guard. But if you're playing on Hall of Fame legend, Nando can get it done. Okay, man. Nando in my mind goes right, like, I mean, he could either go right here above May or right here below Pedro. I mean, anywhere in this range, I would put Fernando Valenzuela. It really, actually, you know what? We're going to drop him down because, like I said, there are some games where people are like, ooh, Fernando Valenzuela. I like that. And they just tee off on him. Nick Lodolo, don't love his cards at all. Probably the worst Color Storm card to come out. I would put him below Walker Buehler. Don Sutton is an okay card, but also, like, I don't want him on my team. Now, let's talk Brian Wu. Brian Wu is somebody, I dropped my Color Storm tier list, and people were like, whoa, man. Whoa, look at Wu. And so I was like, but bro, his pitching clutch is so low. 84 pitching clutch, bro. 95 hits per nine. But I've used him. And he's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. 96 mile an hour fastball, 95 mile an hour sinker. His slider goes 88, as well as his circle change, and then his sweeper goes 85. I wonder why this says sweeper, but the other ones say running fastball. I don't know. I do like this site though, showdd.io. 91 stamina is good, 95 hits per nine. Obviously, gonna struggle with giving up a bunch of foul balls with that low Ks per nine. But otherwise, he is a pretty good pitcher, man. Got a nice delivery. I like Brian Wu more than I like Shohei Ohtani, for sure. He's gonna go high B tier for me. So that's growth as a person for me. All right, this Clay Buchholz here, and look, no bias, man. One of the best longevity of any of the cards out. He was one of the best Jolt cards when they first came out for TA1. He's got a great pitch mix, sinker, fastball, circle change, cutter, curveball. Wish he had breakout leer. But I mean, just look at how well-rounded he is. He's got 90 plus velo control and break on his sinker, 90 plus almost on his fastball on all three of those, 80 plus on his circle change. And then obviously he drops a little bit for his fourth and fifth pitches. He is only an 85, but 83 hits per nine as an 85 with 114 pitching clutch. This card plays. I mean, you could probably play him, you know, maybe even like as a starting pitcher 5 in like an opener game. So like you start a relief pitcher, pitch him for a couple innings, and then bring Buchholz in. That might be really dope. But Buchholz definitely still plays. I think he's better than Corbin Burns. Honestly, if Noah Schultz can still be B tier, so can Clay Buchholz. He is a great card. Not to mention, he boosts one of the best theme teams in the game. So you throw some other Red Sox in there, you get some other boosts, and he gives you some extra spice. Mackenzie Gore, a solid all-around card. I think I would throw him like right here in the Max Scherzer area. He doesn't have a sinker, but he's got a cutter, circle change, fastball, kind of a jack of all trades. This Matt Cain, I actually kind of like. I haven't seen people talk about him a lot. He was the free, I think they call him henchman in the XP path. I don't know why people don't like him that much. He's got 98 hits per nine. He throws 94 miles an hour. I mean, his curveball, man, he's got a sinker, slider, circle change. Kind of a jack of all trades kind of guy. He's got 110 pitching clutch. Honestly, man, I don't know why I haven't used him very much. I would throw him. I think he's definitely like up here with Leiter and Waka for sure. Rube Foster, one of the better Negro League pitchers, just because he's got like a fastball and a screwball. He's kind of like Fernando light, but I would throw him like high F tier. He's just kind of outclassed these days. Probably moving Hunter Brown here down to, let's talk about Johan Santana here. Santana is the reward for completing the Mets live series. Kind of overlooked, I feel like. I don't know, man. Maybe because his sinker's not that great. Feels like he's one good pitch away from being really, really great. It's just he throws 292 mile an hour pitches and 2 low 80s pitches, and the break is not great on the slider. His hits per nine are a little bit low, but his control is high. I'm a fan of him, but he doesn't really play up very well. I would put him probably like right below B tier. Corey Kluber, a bit of a disappointment in his return to MLB The Show. He had, if I remember correctly, his hits per nine left some, yeah, I mean, 84 hits per nine for a weekend classic card is kind of sad with 82 pitching clutch. Doesn't get outlier, doesn't get breakout leer. His slurve is 84 miles an hour. I would like to see it be like 78. I would like to see that cutter. Actually, the cutter's not bad. I'd like to see the fastball a little bit faster. He just didn't play that well, but he's definitely better than some of these other cards. I would probably throw him like right here in line with Skeensy. And then this new Will Warren card that they just gave us is pretty BP. We're going to go like high D tier with him. That one just came out, and hey, let's take a look here. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. We made some adjustments as we went along. Your 3 S tier pitchers, I mean, these 3 cards on any squad, if you don't have John Donaldson, why not? He's free to get. Go get him. A tier on most squads, I mean, this Pedro card is pretty cheap. Johnny Cueto is free. The Blue Jays Live Series is pretty cheap to complete. Definitely go. The Dustin May you can get from the Fire and Finesse program. This is a nice free rotation you can build. Plus, you add in these guys from like Team Affinity Color Storm, your Egg Hunt, your Pipeline Collections, your Inning XP Path, and you got something really nice brewing for a starting rotation. Me personally, my starting rotation that I'm running right now is Clemens, John Don, Randy Johnson, Pedro, and Fernando Valenzuela. But you know, they can be switched out. But the 3 that I never really consider switching out are Roger, John Don, and Randy, and they end up in S tier. So that kind of works out. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know who I left out. Let me know where I messed up. Hey, as always, you're super, super appreciated. We will catch you next time. Peace out.